Good day, everyone, and welcome to the MAGG Show. Today, I am finally releasing my Marinated review of Split Fiction. What are my Marinated reviews? What it is I go and play a game on release or even before release, then I sit on it for a little while, then I might go back and play it again, which I did with Split Fiction twice, and then I sit on it again and I marinate even more on it, and then I will give my final review. So, what these reviews are, I will give my initial review of when I first played it, and then after it's marinated for a while, I'll give you my final review. Here is my review of Split Fiction. I hope you enjoy it. Split Fiction is a strictly co-op game created by Hazelight Studios, world famous for their Game of the Year last outing, It Takes Two. A heart-wrenching tale of a child being torn apart by their family's divorce, and subsequently those parents have to work together to not only save themselves, but their marriage, their child, and their family. They have also released fantastic co-op games like A Way Out and Brothers. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems they've struck gold yet again with Split Fiction, released March 6th of this very year, 2025. A new tale about two young aspiring writers, one a science fiction writer, that'd be Mio Hudson, the other a fantasy writer, Zoe Foster. Now, I'm going to keep this story spoiler-free. Honestly, you need to experience it. I don't want to diminish the impact of their personal stories and their experience as a player. Suffice it to say, the two are lured by a giant tech company, big surprise, with hopes of getting their stories published. Instead, the two are thrust into an Assassin's Creed-style animus and are forced to survive and live through their very own unpublished stories. What a remarkable concept. It honestly had me glued from the opening scene. What follows are 8 chapters delving into both the fantasy and science fiction realms. The players will be playing levels ranging from sci-fi shooters like Halo or Gears style, riding dragons, Scalebound, I'm looking at you, and then the tips and homages galore to the large pantheon of games from the past and present like Assassin's Creed, SSX even, Street Fighter, Dark Souls, the list goes on and on. But again, just like the story, I don't want to spoil this for you because it would honestly rob you, the player, of the pure joy of realizing and discovering these homages for yourself. I found myself constantly smiling, ear to ear, saying, "Oh my Lord, I can't believe they're doing," then fill in the blank, right? Now, any seasoned gamer like myself, translation old, like myself, will immediately know every single one of these references. Let's get into the level design real quick. Level design is deep. It's intricate, fascinating, all at once, leaving the player constantly in amazement as to how this team could come up with this ingenious design and puzzles for two players to navigate. The gameplay, tight, intuitive, responsive, nothing short of miraculous. It leaves little room for error, and the two players have to work together to traverse this incredible chapters. There is one level, I'm not going to spoil everything, but there's one level I have to tell you about where the two worlds are accidentally melded together and the two players see two different things, but you somehow still have to navigate the level with each other. Where I might be staring at a door, the other player is going to be staring at let's say like a cave or something like that, and then you have to figure it out as the two worlds are melding together. It is mind-bending how they came up with this concept. The graphics, they're gorgeous. The team continues to outdo themselves from character design. The environments are amazing, detailed, sharp, incredible draw distances, wonderful lighting design. The boss battles, this is my only thing that held me back a little bit from giving this a perfect score. The boss battles were way too long. They were a little bit very fatiguing. I think they were very long in the tooth. And by the end of each one, I just felt relieved as opposed to, wow, that was awesome. I just felt relieved like, holy, it's finally over, right? And that's how I felt about that. This is also not a short game. I know the official completion time, if you go out to like how long to beat or anything like that, it's sitting anywhere between 11 and 12 hours. But for me, with a lot of trial and error, everybody knows I was streaming the game live with my son. Incredible side stories, by the way. There's a level where you play as a hot dog. That's all I'm going to say, okay? But honestly, when you get through all of that, and if you're an achievement hunter or a trophy hunter, it took me about 25 hours to get through that. The replayability of this game is endless. You could just keep going back and playing it over and over and over, and that is the sign of a quality game. Now, let me give my conclusion here. Facing competition from Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, early impressions of Death Stranding 2. We got Doom, The Dark Ages on the doorstep, to critical acclaim, by the way. There is little to no doubt, though, in my mind that Split Fiction is a serious frontrunner for Game of the Year. So, as always, with my Marinated reviews, I give my initial score, and then I'm going to give my Marinated score. So here we go, folks. My initial score for this game was a 9 out of 10. My Marinated score, after sitting on it and playing through it multiple times, my final score is a 9.5 out of 10. It is that good. I implore you to buy this game instantly, to go out there and play it. Find a friend. By the way, they also have a thing called the Friend Pass. What that is that if, let's say, one of your buddies or one of your gaming friends does not have the game or can't afford it or anything like that, they can download a Friend Pass and they could play with you online free of charge. I don't know how EA allows this, but they must have been like, pumped full of laughing gas or something and then told the pitch. But either way, free of charge with a Friend Pass, as long as one person owns it. You can't get a better deal than that, and you can't get a better game than this. Either way, this is a Game of the Year contender, a 9.5 out of 10. Everybody, have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for sticking around for the whole review, and stay magnificent.